In the not-so-distant future, Earth had changed. People had built ships that could travel among the stars. The world was now filled with wonder and curiosity about what lay beyond. Among the many brave explorers was Alex, a skilled diplomat known for his charm and cleverness. He was chosen for a special mission, to meet the Vexarians, a powerful alien race. They lived on a distant planet called Vexara, known for its beautiful landscapes and strange customs. Alex stood on the launch pad, looking at the sleek spaceship. It shimmered in the sunlight, ready for its journey. He felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. This mission was important for Earth. It could lead to peace between humans and Vexarians, but he also knew it would not be easy. The Vexarians were known for their fierce ways, and their leader, Lady Seraphis, had a reputation that echoed through the galaxy. As the spaceship lifted off, Alex watched Earth grow smaller. His heart raced as he thought about what awaited him. The journey through space was smooth, and soon he saw Vexara approaching. The planet was vibrant with colors, swirling clouds, and strange mountains. He was filled with awe. This was a world unlike any he had seen before. When the ship landed, a group of Vexarians awaited him. They were tall and strong, with green skin that glimmered in the light. Their eyes were large and bright, filled with curiosity and power. In the center stood Lady Seraphis, the leader of the Vexarians. She was majestic, with long, flowing hair that seemed to dance in the breeze. Her presence commanded respect. "Welcome, Earthling," she said, her voice smooth and firm. "I am Lady Seraphis. You come here seeking peace." Alex took a deep breath and stepped forward. "Yes, Lady Seraphis. I am Alex, and I represent Earth. We wish to create a strong bond between our worlds." She studied him closely, her eyes piercing into his. "Words are easy, human. Prove to me that your kind is worthy of my trust." Alex felt a wave of anxiety wash over him. He knew this meeting was crucial. "I am ready to do whatever it takes," he replied, trying to sound confident. "Good," Seraphis said, a hint of a smile on her lips. "But first, you must understand my culture. You will face challenges, and I will judge your worth." With that, she gestured for him to follow. They walked through the Vexarian city, which was filled with strange buildings made of shimmering materials. The streets were alive with activity. Vexarians moved about, engaging in various tasks, their voices echoing through the air. As they walked, Lady Seraphis explained some of their customs. "We value strength and honor," she said. "In our culture, challenges show one's true character. If you wish to earn my trust, you must prove your strength, both of body and mind." Alex listened closely, absorbing every word. He could feel the weight of her expectations. "I will do my best," he replied, feeling a sense of determination rising within him. "Good," she said. "But know this, I am not an easy leader to please. Many have tried to win my favor and failed." They arrived at a large arena surrounded by Vexarians. The arena was filled with different training equipment and obstacles. Alex looked around, feeling a mix of excitement and fear. He realized this was the first challenge. "Your first test will be a physical challenge," Seraphis announced. "Show me your strength and skill in combat." Alex's heart raced. He had trained for this moment, but facing Vexarians in their own arena was different. He stepped forward, determined to give his all. He would show Seraphis that he was not just an Earthling, but a worthy ally. The Vexarians cheered as he faced his first opponent, a strong warrior named Kale. The two stood ready to fight, and the crowd roared in anticipation. Alex took a deep breath, focusing on his training. He remembered his lessons, the techniques he had practiced. As the fight began, Alex felt the adrenaline coursing through him. He dodged and countered, using his agility to his advantage. The crowd watched in awe as he held his own against Kale. With each move, he gained confidence, proving that he could stand up to the strength of the Vexarians. After a fierce battle, Alex managed to pin Kale to the ground. The crowd erupted in cheers. He looked up at Lady Seraphis, who stood with an expression of approval. For the first time, he felt a spark of hope. Maybe he could earn her trust after all. "Not bad for a human," Seraphis said, a glimmer of respect in her eyes. "But this is only the beginning. There are many more challenges to come." Alex nodded, ready to face whatever lay ahead. He felt a sense of excitement mixed with fear. He knew that earning Lady Seraphis's trust would be a difficult journey, but he was determined to prove himself. As he left the arena, he could not shake the feeling that this was the start of something extraordinary. The challenge. After the thrilling fight in the arena, Alex felt a rush of excitement. He had impressed Lady Seraphis, but he knew this was just the beginning. She had warned him that many challenges lay ahead. As he caught his breath, he looked around the vibrant Vexarian city, eager to learn more about their ways. Lady Seraphis stepped forward, her presence strong and commanding. "You have shown strength, Alex," she said, her voice clear. "But strength alone is not enough. You must understand our culture, our desires. Only then can you prove your worth." Alex nodded, feeling the weight of her words. "I am ready for any challenge you set for me," he replied, determination shining in his eyes. "Very well," Seraphis said with a slight smile. "Your first challenge will be a test of skill and strategy. We will play a game called Vexer, a game of wit and tactics. It will show me how you think and adapt." Intrigued, Alex followed her to a large room filled with a strange board and colorful pieces. The board was set up with intricate designs, and the pieces seemed to come alive with vibrant colors. A group of Vexarians gathered to watch, their eyes filled with curiosity. "This game requires careful planning," Seraphis explained. "You must outsmart your opponent to win. If you lose, you will have to complete a task chosen by me." Alex felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. He had played strategy games before, but this was different. He had to focus and use all his skills. "I will do my best," he said, taking a seat opposite Lady Seraphis. The game began, and the pieces moved smoothly across the board. Alex concentrated, analyzing each move carefully. Seraphis played with grace and confidence, making bold moves that challenged his thinking. The crowd watched in silence, eager to see how the match would unfold. As they played, Alex realized that Seraphis was not just a strong warrior. She was also a brilliant strategist. He had to think several steps ahead to keep up with her. With each move, he learned more about her style of play. He found himself growing more comfortable, adapting to her strategies. Finally, after a long and intense game, Alex made a surprising move. He set a trap for Seraphis, catching her off guard. "Checkmate," he exclaimed, feeling a rush of victory. The crowd erupted in cheers, amazed at the Earthling's skill. Lady Seraphis leaned back, a look of surprise on her face. "You have defeated me in my own game," she said, admiration in her voice. "You have shown that you are not just strong, but clever as well." "I appreciate the challenge," Alex replied, a smile spreading across his face. "This has been a great experience." "Good," Seraphis said, "but this was only the first challenge. The next one will be more difficult. You must learn our ways of combat. We will train together, and I will teach you the art of Vexarian fighting." Alex felt a thrill of anticipation. He was eager to learn, but he also knew that this training would be intense. "I'm ready," he said confidently. The next day, Alex stood in the training arena once more. Lady Seraphis was there, dressed in her combat gear. She looked powerful and ready to teach. "Today, you will learn the basics of our fighting style," she said, her tone serious. "It requires strength, speed, and grace. Follow my lead." As they trained, Alex found himself challenged in ways he had never imagined. Seraphis moved with fluidity, demonstrating each technique with precision. She showed him how to block, strike, and dodge attacks, her movements like a dance. Alex tried his best to keep up, but it was not easy. "Focus," Seraphis called out, her voice cutting through his thoughts. You must be aware of your surroundings. Anticipate your opponent's moves. Remember, a true warrior is not just strong. They are smart. Alex nodded, absorbing her advice. He practiced tirelessly, pushing his body to its limits. With each session, he grew stronger and more skilled. He admired Seraphis' dedication and began to understand the deep connection she had with her people. As the days passed, their bond grew. They trained together, shared stories, and even laughed at their mistakes. Alex learned about Vexarian traditions, their beliefs, and what it meant to be part of their society. He discovered that strength was not just about physical power, it was also about trust, loyalty, and understanding. One evening, as they rested after a long day of training, Seraphis looked at Alex thoughtfully. "You have come a long way, Earthling," she said. "You have faced challenges and learned our ways. But there is one final test to prove your worth." "What is it?" Alex asked, his heart racing. Seraphis smiled, a hint of mischief in her eyes. "You will have to face me in combat. This will be the ultimate test of all you have learned. Are you ready?" Alex felt a mixture of excitement and fear. He had trained hard, but fighting Lady Seraphis would be a different challenge entirely. "I'm ready," he said, determination in his voice. As they prepared for the final challenge, Alex realized how far he had come. He had faced many trials, learned about the Vexarians, and grown closer to Lady Seraphis. He was ready to prove himself one last time. The trials. As dawn broke over Vexara, Alex stood in the training arena, feeling a mix of excitement and nerves. Today was the day he would face Lady Seraphis in combat, the final trial to prove his worth. He had trained hard over the past weeks, learning the ways of the Vexarians, but fighting Seraphis would be his toughest challenge yet. Lady Seraphis arrived, her presence commanding as always. She looked fierce in her combat gear, her hair flowing behind her like a banner. "Today, we will test your skills in real combat," she announced, her voice echoing across the arena. "Remember everything you have learned. Use your strength, your speed, and your mind." Alex nodded, feeling the surge of determination. He had learned so much from her, and he was ready to give it his all. "I won't let you down," he replied. "Let's begin," Seraphis said, stepping into the center of the arena. The crowd of Vexarians gathered around, their eyes filled with anticipation. This was not just a match, it was a display of honor and strength. As they took their positions, Alex focused on his breathing, trying to calm his racing heart. He remembered the techniques Seraphis had taught him, the strikes, the blocks, and the footwork. He had to stay sharp and be ready for anything. With a loud signal from the crowd, the fight began. Seraphis moved swiftly, her footwork light and graceful. She lunged at Alex, aiming a powerful strike. He quickly dodged to the side, barely avoiding her blow. The crowd cheered, impressed by his quick reaction. "Good. Keep moving," Seraphis called, her eyes glinting with excitement. Alex felt a rush of adrenaline. He countered with a strike of his own, aiming for her side. Seraphis blocked it effortlessly, pushing him back. They exchanged blows, each one a test of skill and strength. Alex felt the energy of the crowd, urging him on. As the fight continued, Alex realized he had to think strategically. He remembered Seraphis's words about being aware of his surroundings. He began to anticipate her moves, watching her closely. When she lunged again, he feinted to the right, then quickly shifted to the left, catching her off guard. The crowd gasped as he landed a light strike on her shoulder. It was a small victory, but it filled him with confidence. "Well done, Earthling," Seraphis said, a smile breaking through her serious demeanor. "You are learning." But the fight was far from over. Seraphis quickly recovered, her eyes narrowing as she focused on Alex. She unleashed a series of rapid strikes, each one faster than the last. Alex struggled to keep up, blocking and dodging as best as he could. The pressure was intense, and he felt the weight of every move. Just when he thought he might falter, Alex remembered to breathe. He steadied himself, using the techniques he had practiced. He began to find his rhythm, matching Seraphis blow for blow. The crowd cheered louder, caught up in the excitement of the duel. As they continued to exchange blows, Alex realized he had to take a risk. He decided to change his approach. Instead of just defending, he would go on the offensive. Summoning all his strength, he charged at Seraphis, launching a flurry of strikes. To his surprise, Seraphis laughed, her eyes sparkling with delight. "This is the spirit I want to see," she shouted. "Don't hold back." With renewed energy, Alex pushed forward, striking with everything he had. He felt alive, every nerve in his body on fire. Seraphis met his attacks with equal force, and the arena echoed with the sound of their combat. But then, in a split second, Alex saw an opening. Seraphis had overextended herself, and he seized the moment. With a swift move, he executed a powerful kick, sending her back a few steps. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Alex's heart soared with triumph. Seraphis, however, was not done yet. She regained her balance and charged back at Alex, her expression serious once more. "Impressive, but let's see if you can handle this," she said, launching a series of powerful strikes. Alex found himself on the defensive again, blocking and dodging with all his might. The intensity of the battle tested his limits. He felt the fatigue in his muscles, but he refused to give up. He remembered the bond they had built, the trust Seraphis had shown him, and he pushed through the pain. Finally, in a dramatic climax, Seraphis aimed a final strike at Alex. He barely managed to block it, but the force of the blow sent him tumbling to the ground. The crowd gasped, and for a moment, it felt like the world had stopped. As he lay there, catching his breath, Alex felt a wave of doubt wash over him. Had he failed? Would Seraphis see him as weak? But then, Seraphis extended her hand to him. "Get up, Earthling," she said, a proud smile on her face. "You fought well. This was only a trial, not the end. You have shown great potential." With her help, Alex rose to his feet, relief flooding over him. The crowd erupted in cheers, chanting his name. He had faced Lady Seraphis and stood strong. He had proven himself worthy of respect, and in that moment, he felt a deep connection with the Vexarians. "Today, you have taken a great step," Seraphis said, her voice strong. "But the trials are not over. There is still much for you to learn, and I will be here to guide you." Alex nodded, determination shining in his eyes. He had faced the trials and learned that strength was not just about winning. It was about courage, growth, and trust. With Lady Seraphis by his side, he was ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. The secret. After the intense trials in the arena, Alex felt a sense of accomplishment. He had fought hard against Lady Seraphis and earned her respect. As the sun set over Vexara, casting a warm glow across the landscape, Alex found himself more curious than ever about the Vexarians and their world. But there was something in Seraphis's eyes that told him there was more to discover. The next day, Seraphis invited Alex to her private chamber. The room was beautiful, decorated with vibrant colors and strange artifacts from her world. Alex felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. He wondered what she wanted to discuss. As he entered, Seraphis looked serious. "Alex, there is something important I must share with you," she said, her voice low and steady. "It concerns our people and the future of our alliance." Alex's heart raced. "What is it?" he asked, sensing the weight of her words. "Long ago, our ancestors made a prophecy," Seraphis explained. "It spoke of a great alliance between humans and Vexarians. It said that a chosen one from Earth would come to unite our worlds in peace. Many believe this was just a legend, but I believe it to be true." Alex listened intently, intrigued by what she was saying. "You think I am the chosen one?" he asked, surprised. Seraphis nodded. "Yes, Your bravery, skill, and determination have shown me that you are capable of leading our two peoples together. But with this destiny comes great danger. What kind of danger? Alex inquired, feeling a knot in his stomach. There are those among the Vexarians who do not want this alliance, she replied, her expression darkening. They believe that humans are weak and unworthy of our trust. A faction has formed, led by a powerful Vexarian named Kale. They will stop at nothing to prevent the union between our races. Alex's mind raced as he processed this information. He remembered Kale from the arena, the strong warrior who had fought him earlier. He hadn't realized he posed a threat. What do we need to do? Alex asked, his determination growing. We must gather support from the Vexarian Council, Seraphis said. If we can convince them of the importance of this alliance, we can protect ourselves from Cal's influence. But we must act quickly. Alex felt a surge of purpose. I'm with you, Seraphis. Let's rally the council. Good, she said, a spark of hope in her eyes. But it won't be easy. Many in the council are skeptical of humans. You will need to prove your worth to them. The next day, they set off to meet the council. As they walked through the city, Alex noticed how beautiful Vexara was. The streets were filled with vibrant plants and strange creatures. Vexarians moved gracefully, their culture rich and full of life. But as they approached the council hall, Alex felt a growing sense of unease. Inside the hall, the atmosphere was tense. The council members were gathered, their expressions serious. They were a group of powerful Vexarians, each one a leader in their own right. Seraphis stood at the front, her presence commanding. Council members, I bring you a matter of great importance, Seraphis announced. This is Alex, a human diplomat from Earth. He has shown great courage and skill. I believe he is key to our alliance. The council members whispered among themselves, casting skeptical looks at Alex. One member, a stern-looking Vexarian named Thalos, spoke up. Why should we trust a human? They are known for their weakness and betrayal. Alex felt a chill run down his spine. I understand your concerns, he began, speaking clearly. But I have fought alongside Lady Seraphis. I have learned your ways, and I wish to help our two peoples. Together, we can create a future where we both thrive. Words are not enough. Thalos replied, his voice booming. What can you do to prove your worth? Seraphis stepped forward, her voice firm. We will hold a demonstration of strength and skill. If Alex can defeat Kel, it will show the council that he is worthy of our trust. The council murmured in agreement. Thalos nodded slowly. Very well. Let us see if this Earthling can stand against Kel. As the council arranged the challenge, Alex felt a mixture of fear and determination. He had faced Lady Seraphis, but now he would face Kale, a powerful opponent who did not want him there. The arena was filled with Vexarians, eager to see the showdown. Kale entered, his expression fierce and confident. So, the human thinks he can challenge me. He taunted, his voice dripping with arrogance. This will be entertaining. Alex stood firm, recalling all the training he had received. He had fought hard to get to this point, and he could not back down now. I'm ready, Kale, he replied, trying to sound more confident than he felt. As the fight began, Alex felt the weight of the moment pressing down on him. He had to prove himself, not just for himself, but for the Alliance and for Lady Seraphis. He could sense the eyes of the council members watching closely, their opinions hanging in the balance. Kale charged at him, moving with incredible speed. Alex dodged, feeling the air rush past him as he narrowly escaped a powerful blow. The crowd cheered, and he heard Seraphis's encouraging voice in the background. You can do this, Alex. Stay focused, she shouted. Drawing on all his training, Alex began to counterattack. He recalled the strategies he had learned, using speed and agility to evade Kel's strikes. With each move, he gained confidence, but Kale was a formidable opponent. He struck hard and fast, forcing Alex to stay on the defensive. But just as he felt the weight of doubt creeping in, Alex remembered the bond he had formed with Seraphis. He could not let her down. He took a deep breath and shifted his approach. Instead of waiting for Cal to strike, he took the initiative. In a burst of energy, he launched a series of well-placed strikes, surprising Cal. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Alex felt a rush of adrenaline. This was his chance. With newfound determination, he pressed on, ready to prove his worth and secure the future of the Alliance. The betrayal. The arena was alive with energy as Alex faced Cal. The crowd roared, eager to see how this clash between human and Vexarian would unfold. Alex felt the weight of their expectations, his heart pounding in his chest. He had fought hard to reach this point, but now he was determined to prove himself worthy of their trust. As the fight began, Alex and Cal exchanged blows, each strike echoing in the arena. Alex focused on his breathing, remembering the training he had done with Lady Seraphis. He had to be quick and smart, using every ounce of strength he had. Cal was strong and fast, but Alex quickly learned to anticipate his moves. He dodged Cal's powerful strikes, countering with his own. The crowd cheered as he landed a solid hit to Cal's side, but the fierce warrior quickly retaliated, pushing Alex back. "You fight well for a human," Cal sneered, a cruel smile on his face. "But you will never defeat me." Alex clenched his fists, determination burning within him. "I won't give up," he shouted back. He remembered Seraphis's teachings about how a true warrior never backs down. With renewed energy, he charged at Cal, launching a flurry of strikes. The fight continued, each moment filled with tension. Alex could feel the eyes of the council watching closely. He needed to win not just for himself, but for the future of the Alliance. He knew that if he lost, it would be a blow to the trust between humans and Vexarians. As the battle raged on, Alex noticed something strange. Out of the corner of his eye, he saw a group of Vexarians whispering to each other. They were members of the council, their faces filled with worry. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Just then, Cal seized the opportunity, launching a surprise attack. Alex barely had time to react. He felt a sharp pain as Cal's fist connected with his side, sending him crashing to the ground. The crowd gasped, and for a moment, Alex felt the world spin around him. He quickly got back to his feet, shaking off the dizziness. Cal grinned, his confidence growing. "You see, human, you cannot win," he taunted. "You are outmatched." But Alex was not finished yet. Drawing on every ounce of strength, he launched another attack, but this time Cal was ready. He blocked Alex's strikes with ease, then countered with a powerful kick that sent Alex sprawling once more. As Alex struggled to rise, he caught sight of Seraphis in the crowd. She looked worried, her eyes filled with concern. He could feel her belief in him, urging him to keep fighting. Summoning all his energy, Alex pushed himself to stand. "I will not give up," he declared, his voice strong. The crowd roared in response, and he felt a surge of determination. He had come too far to back down now. Just as he prepared to charge again, something unexpected happened. The loud crash echoed through the arena. The doors burst open, and a group of Vexarian soldiers stormed in, their faces masked with anger. They were led by a fierce warrior, one Alex recognized instantly. It was Cal's loyal ally, Rena. "Cal," Rena shouted, her voice booming. "This is madness. You are bringing shame to our people." The crowd fell silent, confusion spreading among the spectators. Cal turned to face Rena, his expression shifting from confidence to anger. "You dare interrupt my fight," he growled. Rena stepped forward, her eyes blazing. "This alliance is important. We cannot let you ruin our chance for peace with the humans." Cal's eyes narrowed. "You are a fool to side with them. They will only bring weakness to our kind." Before Alex could react, Rena moved with lightning speed. She aimed a kick at Kale, catching him off guard. The two warriors clashed, their fight adding to the chaos in the arena. Alex watched, stunned by the sudden turn of events. As Rena and Kale fought fiercely, the crowd erupted into shouts and cheers. Some supported Kale, while others stood with Rena, eager for change. Alex realized that this was not just a fight between him and Kale, it was a fight for the future of the Vexarians. Seizing the moment, Alex took a deep breath and focused. He had to act quickly. He charged toward Kale, joining Rena in the fight. "Together, we can stop him," he shouted. Rena nodded, and together, they launched a coordinated attack against Kale. The three warriors moved with incredible speed, their strikes echoing through the arena. Alex felt the energy of the crowd, the hope of the alliance resting on their shoulders. Just as it seemed they were gaining the upper hand, Kale unleashed a powerful strike, knocking both Rena and Alex back. They tumbled to the ground, gasping for breath. Kale stood tall, anger radiating from him. "Fools, you think you can defeat me?" he shouted, his voice filled with rage. "I will not allow this alliance to happen." But as Alex struggled to his feet, he remembered why he was fighting. He thought of Lady Seraphis, of the trust she had placed in him. He couldn't let her down. He had to protect the future of both their peoples. With renewed determination, Alex prepared for one final push. He stood beside Rena, ready to face Kale together. They exchanged a glance, both understanding the importance of their alliance. This was more than just a fight. It was a battle for peace. As the crowd watched in silence, Alex and Rena charged at Kale once more, their hearts filled with hope and resolve. They would not back down. They would fight for the future they believed in. A new beginning. The sun rose over Vexara, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. It was a new day, a new beginning for both humans and Vexarians. After the intense battle, the arena was filled with excitement and hope. The crowd cheered as Alex and Rena stood together, their hearts full of pride and determination. As the dust settled from the fight, Lady Seraphis stepped forward, her presence commanding and calm. She looked at Alex and Rena with gratitude shining in her eyes. "You have done something remarkable today," she said, her voice steady. "You have shown our people that unity is stronger than division." Alex smiled, feeling the warmth spread through him. He had come to Vexara to complete a mission, but he never expected to become a part of something so much bigger. "Thank you, Seraphis. I couldn't have done it without Rena by my side," he replied, glancing at his ally. Rena nodded, her expression fierce. "Together, we fought for our peoples. This is just the beginning of our journey." The council members began to gather around, their faces showing a mix of respect and admiration. Thalos, the stern Vexarian who had challenged Alex earlier, stepped forward. "You have earned our respect, human," he said, his tone serious. "Your bravery in the arena proved that you are not weak. You have shown us that we can trust you." The crowd erupted into applause, and Alex felt a rush of pride. He had fought not just for himself, but for the chance to unite their worlds. "Thank you, Thalos," he said, his voice steady. "I want to work with all of you to build a better future for both our peoples." Seraphis raised her hands, calling for silence. "Let us not forget the lessons we have learned. We must stand together, not just in times of conflict, but in times of peace as well. We have the chance to create something wonderful here." As the council members nodded in agreement, Alex felt a wave of hope wash over him. He was no longer just a visitor on this alien planet. He was now a part of something important. The alliance was not just about fighting together. It was about building a future that both humans and Vexarians could share. In the days that followed, Alex worked closely with Seraphis and Rena to strengthen the alliance. They held meetings with the council, discussing plans for trade, culture exchange, and mutual protection. Alex learned more about Vexarian traditions and customs, while also sharing the rich history of Earth. The more he learned, the more he realized how much they had in common. Both species valued family, friendship, and the desire for a better life. They were not so different after all. One day, as they gathered in the council hall, Alex had an idea. What if we held a festival to celebrate our alliance? It could be a way for our people to come together, share our cultures, and learn from each other, he suggested, excitement bubbling in his chest. Rena's eyes lit up. That's a fantastic idea. A festival could show everyone that our alliance is real and meaningful, she agreed. The council members discussed the idea, and soon everyone was on board. They began planning the festival, excited to showcase their unique cultures. They would have games, food, music, and dances from both Earth and Vexora. It was a chance to build bonds and create memories. As the festival day approached, Alex felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. He wanted everything to go perfectly. The night before the festival, he found himself standing outside, gazing at the stars. The sky was filled with twinkling lights, and he couldn't help but feel grateful for how far he had come. Hey, a voice interrupted his thoughts. It was Rena, walking up beside him. What are you thinking about? Just how amazing this all feels, Alex replied, smiling. I never thought I would end up here, fighting for an alliance. It's incredible. Rena nodded, her eyes reflecting the starlight. You've changed everything for us, Alex. Your bravery inspired many Vexarians. I believe our peoples can really work together now. With renewed determination, they turned to face the horizon, where the sun would rise again. The festival was a symbol of hope, a celebration of their new beginning. It would mark the start of a new chapter for both humans and Vexarians. When the festival finally arrived, the atmosphere was electric. The streets of the city were filled with colorful decorations, and laughter echoed everywhere. Humans and Vexarians mingled, sharing stories and food, their differences melting away in the spirit of celebration. Alex felt a sense of joy as he watched everyone come together. He saw children from both species playing games, their laughter ringing in the air. It was a beautiful sight, one that filled him with hope for the future. As night fell, the sky lit up with fireworks, filling the air with color and light. The crowd cheered, and Alex felt a wave of happiness wash over him. They had done it. They had created a bond that would last for generations. As he stood beside Rena and Seraphis, he knew that this was just the beginning. They had faced challenges and overcome them, but the real work was just starting. Together, they would continue to build a future where humans and Vexarians could thrive side by side. With a heart full of hope and a spirit ready for adventure, Alex smiled, knowing that he had found a new home among the stars.